I'll give you another experience. And let's recollect this fact that, because Sir is sitting here, I got reminded of this. In today's modern world, we talk about science and technology. As a physicist, let me tell you that science is absolutely not on the right footing. So limited. Just contemplate on one small aspect. Again, I ask you to think about it, because we just know these things, we hear of them, but we do not think about them. How many of us have seen Vibhuti appearing on Swami's photos? Forget Swami's hands. His photos are enough. Anything appearing. Do you know that as far as modern science is concerned, if you could produce one atom of Vibhuti from a photograph, you will get more than a Nobel Prize. More than a Nobel Prize. Scientists who are sitting there will be knowing this. And that is why sometimes, yes, the scientist falls off at his feet, because he doesn't need any other conviction. He says, oh God, can you do that? We have got around 1,000 research institutions in the world that are doing research in cold fusion, hot fusion, plasma fusion, but you are creating confusion. Without any rhyme or reason, you get Vibhuti out. Really, I don't know how it happens. Scientifically, every element higher than even iron, 56, was created, they say, only due to the energy released in a supernova explosion. And a supernova explosion releases just the energy of around 1 million suns. And here we have somebody, does he release the energy of 1 million suns from his hand or from his photographs, or is there another way? If I don't believe in it, just let me look at it. Sir is sitting right here. His father comes 40 years ago to Brindavan, rejected by doctors upon doctors, with operations upon operations upon operations. Just 25 operations. And the doctor gives up. We have heard this experience how many times, but it doesn't change our lives. I don't mean you all, I mean myself. The thick skin that I am, it takes me so much time to transform, to understand that, hey, it must hit me. If I am a scientist, it must hit me. That here was somebody who was rejected by doctors, and the doctor said, we give up. Don't trouble Tyagarajan. Let him go home and pass away in peace in his family. Please keep him for 1 month with you. Because this cancer, we cannot do anything. We have done the best possible. 25 operations, don't trouble him. And he comes to Brindavan, and a small barefooted brown man in a red robe comes to him casually and says, Tyagarajan, why did you have 25 operations? The word was a surprise, because Tyagarajan was coming to Sathya Sai Baba for the first time in his life. Not told his problem to anybody. And he's standing in face of divinity, and this small man says, Tyagarajan, he gives him Vibhuti and says, don't worry, your cancer is cancelled. We have heard this experience how many thousand times. How amazing! 100 Nobel Prizes should be given for one such act. If somebody could say that, look here, you are doing research in how many institutions, in how many countries, and if somebody says by statistical means, all research on cancer is done only statistically, means if 100 patients were investigated with this medicine, and if 30 survived, 70 were killed, it looks statistically feasible that there must be a connection and maybe this medicine can cure cancer. It's a good candidate. And here is somebody defying science on the face of it. Shame to science. He just says, cancer cancelled. All the genetic mutations, the cell reactions start reversing themselves. Back. Because for the cancer to be cancelled, the cells which are multiplied, they must, I don't know what name to give it to them, it must go reverse and it must form back the old substance. Then only cancer is cancelled. Otherwise, if you have those cells in your body, that's it. And here is somebody who said cancer cancelled, not to one person. Whenever he felt like saying, he said it. Because he knew that when he says something, it happens. It cannot not happen. So do we believe that a golden age is around the corner? You know that somebody said it. Who said it? The one who could cancel cancer. Whose word cancelled cancers which hundreds of research institutions, hundreds of Nobel Prize winners failed to even do anything about. He could create nuclear reactor from his photograph, which modern science cannot do. Are we not having the courage to stand up and say, this is non-scientific? We scientists don't have the courage. Because we feel if we say that this is really happening, then something wrong in our science. Or we simply push it aside by saying, see, somehow it happened. No? What a fantastic way of brushing aside by scientists who are so rational. Or the best way that they do is, don't look at it. Don't go there. Don't talk about it because it's non-scientific. Let it be happening. How many places Vibhuti is appearing, things are happening. These things keep happening everywhere. Hundreds of homes, hundreds of people being rescued, day in and day out, all over the globe.